So you know that Joe Biden is filling his cabinet with criminals, warmongers, and enemies of the people straight from Wall Street and the military-industrial complex. Well, here's another guy they're trying to get in his office, taken from a city that knows Rahm Emanuel is bad for America. President-elect Biden need look no further than post-Rahm Emanuel Chicago to see hiring divisive former mayor is a bad idea. Rahm Emanuel, I'm from Chicago. If you don't know how horrible Rahm Emanuel is, Rahm Emanuel, he's like high fructose corn syrup in the form of a shitty mayor. The definitive guide for cable hosts, bookers, and editors to the fraud and failure that was Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel. This is written by Curtis Black at The Intercept. Rahm Emanuel wants to become a pundit. His track record of being wrong on everything makes him perfectly qualified for cable news. He's willing to suck up to power. That should help him. First, he was a politician. Now he wants to be a pundit. After that, he'll want to be a cop to complete the douchebag triangle. There it is. Former Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel on Tuesday said there is a sense of panic in this Democratic Party as Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders racks up wins in the Democratic primary. That's who he is. Panic. People might be getting health care if this guy wins. Panic. That's who Rahm Emanuel is. Rahm Emanuel under consideration to become Biden's transportation secretary. As his transportation secretary, he's going to offer everybody a one-way ticket to hell. Here is Jamal Bowman. He went on to talk about Rahm Emanuel. He's critical. He's the new progressive that was voted into the House. Jamal Bowman, him and Cori Bush. Cori Bush, you might remember from this show being the first ones to have Cori Bush on, and no one else had her on. We had her on. Maybe you remember that. Here he goes on to talk about, now the reason I'm showing you this is to show you this is how CNN handles uncomfortable information.
And we'll just pick up where we left off. We were talking about the cabinet selection process for Biden. And Senator Bernie Sanders of Vermont had this to say. It would be, for example, enormously insulting if Biden put together a team of rivals, and there's some discussion that that's what he intends to do, which might include Republicans and conservative Democrats, but which ignored the progressive community. I think that would be very, very unfortunate, Bernie Sanders had to say.
Well, bad news. The unfortunate is here, Bernie. Ha ha ha. There's not even anybody progressive enough in his administration to be considered a moderate. Just so you know.
So based on Biden's elections so far, do you see anyone that's progressive enough for you?
Well, first, let me say off the top, thank you so much for having me. When I hear names like Rahm Emanuel being floated as part of Biden's cabinet, considering the fact that he covered up the murder of Laquan McDonald in Chicago.
Okay, cut his mic. Cut him. Cut his mic. There's right now a producer saying cut his mic.
Considering the fact that he closed over 50 elementary schools and 30 mental health institutions.
Cut him.
It's incredibly alarming and...
Okay, good.
So we lost the congressman-elect there. Sorry about...
They lost him. They lost the congressman. So they lost the congressman. Double CK. There's a producer going, cut him. What do you got? God, da. Da. So it's not just Bill O'Reilly.
Well, first, let me say off the top, thank you so much for having me. When I hear names like Rahm Emanuel being floated as part of Biden's cabinet, considering the fact that he covered up the murder of Laquan McDonald in Chicago, considering the fact that he closed over 50 elementary schools and 30 mental health institutions. It's incredibly alarming and
Yes, it is incredibly alarming. Yes, it is.
So we lost the congressman-elect there. Sorry about that.
Oh, damn it. We lost them. We lost them. So this guy's a part-time diplomat, full-time student of international studies. This is what he says. This happened to him. He said, for the first time and presumably not the last, I have been the target of forced censorship by Silicon Valley imperial tech giant Twitter for rightfully exposing the crimes committed by the Obama-Biden administration against Yemeni civilians. So he tweeted this out. Ambulances and doctors rushed to the hall when the first bomb was dropped. The U.S. supplied Saudi fighter jets, then bombed the hall a second time to make sure the first responders were killed as well. Again, courtesy of the criminal Obama-Biden administration. This has been removed by Twitter. So get ready for censorship, folks. If you think it's just going to happen on CNN, it's happening on Twitter. It's happening on Facebook. It's happening here. It's happening on YouTube. If you have an idea that goes against the mainstream, they will shut you down on YouTube. If I came out and said something about the coronavirus or the vaccine that wasn't approved by YouTube, they would shut us down. They've shut other people down already for that very reason. I don't even think Robert Kennedy, RFK, is even allowed on YouTube anymore. Is he even allowed on YouTube? I don't know. So this is it. And by the way, Joe Biden's going to start more wars, and they're going to censor us. Look what the Washington Post and CNN already did to us because we told the truth about Syria. And we were right, proven right by the fourth whistleblower at the OPCW. Now 4 of them. So we were proven right, and everybody else called us conspiracy theorists because we didn't believe that they were doing gas attacks in Syria, and they weren't. And all those other people repeated CIA talking points, pro-war talking points, breathlessly. Everybody did that. Everybody on YouTube did that. Everybody did that. Everybody. I worked at the Young Turks. They wanted them to bomb more. They called them Nerf bombs in Syria. That Trump should bomb them more. So if they'll never censor that. You can advocate for killing people on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube just like that. Pushing Trump, attacking Trump from the right, telling him to bomb more, kill more people. You can do that. You can advocate for killing a lot of people on YouTube and Twitter. You can't advocate for killing one, but you can advocate for killing thousands. But if you tell the truth about Syria, they will censor you. If you tell the truth about Yemen, they will censor you. If you tell the truth about Rahm Emanuel, they'll censor you. You know, if I put Fredo in the title of one of my videos, they'll censor it. They'll demonetize it here at YouTube. That's how much the establishment protects the establishment. Because Fredo Cuomo is a guard dog of the establishment. He's not an attack dog. He's a guard dog of the establishment. So get ready for it's coming. I mean, if they did this on the air.
We'll just pick up where we left off.
They did that right on the air. They don't care. And they do this right out in the open. They don't care. Hey, everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are, but there aren't any. And then this is why I tell you to join our premium program and get extra content, but nobody's got a fucking job. So just enjoy the video.